Hello, and welcome to a short video demonstrating how to insert openings into frames within the framing software. Once I've inserted openings into my frames, I will then show you how to edit them after creating them. Once you have drawn your external wall frames, you can then insert your openings. Inserting openings is just as easy as inserting frames within the software. Within a few clicks, the user can insert openings. This makes the software easy to use and intuitive. In order to insert openings, you will need to go to the Framing pull-down menu, Openings, and then select Insert Openings. You should now see a palette on the left-hand side, which allows you to configure the type of opening you would like to insert. I am going to talk through some of the main options that are available. We have the option to pick our opening width, or we can define it in the box below. For this example, we are going to pick our opening widths. We can also change our opening type as well. You can select from a range of openings, from windows to doors, or a door and window combination. First of all, I'm going to insert a window. We can define how many cripple studs there are to the left and right side of this opening. We can also define the full height studs as well. We have some further options such as including rails under the openings, the stud centers to apply, and we also have values to insert for our header sills as well. If we go over to the Annotations tab, we can define our reference style, whether or not to include our data block, and our data block size. We can also include any tolerances for our window, that's for vertical and horizontal. We can also do the same for the cladding as well. If you go over to the Lintels tab, we can define the lintel specification setup and choose to have a part, full, or pre-assembled lintel. If we then go over to the Fire Stops tab, we can then decide to include fire stops for our opening. We can then choose the number of sides to apply that fire stop to. We can also include any damp-proof coursing for the fire stops and to make those fire stops site fixed as well. Once we've configured the opening we wish to insert, we need to select the frame in which the opening will be placed in. We then need to select the start and end points of the opening. I can select the architect's opening points even though they are outside of the frame. The software will automatically place the opening within the frame in its correct position. If we change our view to a realistic view, you should be able to see an opening has been inserted within our frame. We can now insert a door. We need to select the opening type. Then we need to select the frame and the opening points. You should now be able to see on the left-hand side an opening has been inserted for a door. And finally, a door and window combination can be inserted. You should now be able to see a door and window combination has been inserted on the left-hand side. Once we've inserted our opening, we can change the type very easily from a door to a window, and we can do this via the properties. You should now be able to see on the left-hand side that the door has now changed into a window. Likewise, we can swap a door and window combination for a window and door combination. You should now be able to see on the left hand side that the window and door have swapped around. We can also use the properties to adjust the full height studs to the left and right of the opening as well. I have now placed 3 full height studs to the left and right of this opening. I can do the same for the cribble studs as well. We can increase or decrease the length and width of the opening from the properties. If we were to view the panel in elevation, we can then edit the opening using the grip points as well. We can also move the opening around using the grip point in the center. We can also copy any existing opening into other frames using the standard AutoCAD copy command. You can now see that the opening has been copied across onto the other frame. Once we have inserted all our openings, we can then generate an opening schedule. We can do this by going to the Framing pull-down menu, Openings, and then selecting Generate Opening Schedule. You should get a palette similar to this one on the left-hand side of your screen. From here, we can configure our schedule. We can choose what level we would like to create our schedule for. We can choose to create a separate spreadsheet file, which can then be opened up in Excel. We can also choose what to include, such as opening type, dimensions, tolerances, cribble studs, and any lintel references. If I click OK here, and then insert my table, you should see the opening schedule. If we zoom in and take a look at the opening schedule in greater detail, we should see something like the below. We have the reference, the opening type, whether it's a window, door, or combination, the frame which that opening belongs to, the dimensions, the tolerances, the level, the amount of cribble studs and full height studs needed on the left and right side, any lintel information, and any comments as well. As well as that, we also have some total area values. We also chose the option to export a spreadsheet. If we look at this spreadsheet, the same information that is presented here should also be in our spreadsheet.